All right, what do you got, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been doing burpees for about 4 years now, and I've been posting videos on the channel for a little over 2. And if I look back over the course of my training, I've been fortunate that I haven't sustained or had any kind of major injuries that have stopped me from training for any length of time. So that's definitely something to be extremely thankful for. One of the reasons that I think I've been able to avoid any kind of serious injury is that I take a few minutes to warm up. Now, there's tons of videos online about people who do warm-ups. They're professionally done and a lot better than this one, but a few of the people that subscribe to the channel have been kind enough to ask me to show a little bit of the warm-up. So that's what I've done. It's about 10 minutes. There's also a burpee workout in here, a pretty light one, but one that I did because I wasn't feeling well, and it was just something I needed to do to kind of get back into the groove. So we'll see you inside in a few minutes. All right, well, yeah, I thought I'd just do something a little bit different today. A lot of times, especially in the last few videos, I'll turn on the camera and, I'll edit out the first part of what I'm going to do here right now. And I thought I'd just show you guys what I do every day before a workout. It's pretty much the same, but it takes about 15 minutes. And I just kind of walk you through what I do. Some people have expressed a bit of interest. So I figured, why not walk you guys through it? So we're here obviously at work, the basement here at work. So I just finished my day. It's about 4:30. And we get some training in. And if you've been following the channel, you'll know that over the last few videos, I've been doing Navy SEALs and 6-count burpees. But like life gets in the way, and towards the end of last week, my daughter got sick, and then she passed along that sickness to me. So I was 2 days now without being able to do any type of training. So I'm not going to try to go for a PR with Navy SEALs here today. I simply don't have the energy to do that, but I'm going to train. So I'll get to that here in a second. But I'm just going to maybe go through some of the things that I always do, whether or not people agree with it or not. I'm sure there'll be differing opinions, but I take pre-workout. I'm not going to get into what it is right here, but if you want to ask me any questions or in the comments, you certainly can. I don't take it every day, but on a day like today, where I'm feeling a bit sluggish, especially after a few days of not training, I figured why not. I find for me, stuff works pretty quick. So I've got about 10 minutes before I need to get working out, or else I'll get the tinglies all over my face and on my arms. So someone commented too about when I was doing, two comments really. One was about when I did 6-count burpees that I was in my sock feet. And I don't know if that's just psychological, but for me, I feel lighter when I'm doing 6 counts, and for whatever reason, I don't mind the little bit of slip that happens when you're wearing socks. But for doing Navy SEALs, definitely need sneakers on for me anyway. But anyway, someone commented on my last Navy SEAL video that it seemed like my feet were slipping, and they weren't wrong. They are slipping because if you go back to the very first video on the channel, and I recommend you do that, by the way. It's fun sometimes going back and checking out someone's very first video, but it's a little over 2 years now. So if you go back and check out the first video, you will see these sneakers. I bought these sneakers in 2017. I was on vacation. I was actually in Miami, and I bought them there. And aside from the sessions where I either did them in my sock feet or barefoot, these guys have been on my feet the whole time, and you can see the tops up here. Like, you can see the tread is all good there, but just from jumping back so many times, all the rubber is worn off. So soon enough, I'm going to have to get a new pair of sneakers. But that's why you're seeing the slipping, because again, you can see there's good rubber grip right here, but up here where my feet go back, that's kind of wore off. So that's the reason for the slipping. So I'm going to do a warm-up here. I'll show you guys what I do for a warm-up. Again, I do this maybe not to the full extent that you're going to see here today, but versions of it similar before every workout. And I find for me, where I'm almost 44 years old, if I don't warm up, well, one, it's going to affect my performance because I'm going to be stiffer in the first few minutes. Now, after 5 minutes, of course, I'm warmed up. But if I don't warm up, then those first 5 minutes of the workout, especially if I'm trying to do like a 20-minute, as many reps as possible type of thing, the first few minutes are slower, and then of course the overall workout will suffer as a result. So, the workout. Well, I thought about this a lot, like a lot of times people struggle with knowing what to do for a workout. And it's easy just to say, I'm just going to do 100 burpees, and then there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do 100 burpees, go right ahead. But I find, for me anyway, I like to have like fallback routines for days like today where I don't really have a set plan, feel kind of like crap, but still want to get some training in because I want to remain consistent. So for me, I've got a couple routines that are just fallbacks, and today I'm going to work through one of them. Basically, we'll do 5 pull-ups, we'll do 10 burpees, and then we'll do 15 squats, and we'll do that for 10 rounds. And we're not going to go fast, take our time, we're not going to do counting, we're just going to move, get the body used to the movements again, because again, it's been a couple days for me that I've had off, so that's kind of the logic there. So let's do a quick warm-up, and then we'll jump into that workout, and I'll talk with you throughout the video. This is going to be a bit of a slower, more chilled kind of me walking through my thoughts as I do the workout, and we'll just see how that plays out and see if you guys like it. Now, I don't have any fitness background. I've said that before. So for me, I don't have anything that I can tell you is the exact way you should do it, and I can't explain the reasonings or the philosophy behind it, but I can just tell you that for me, it's worked. So this warm-up, it's one I've adapted from different people I've seen, and just kind of taken bits and pieces and kind of mixed and matched it together to something that works for me. And again, I don't like doing long static stretches in a warm-up. As you're going to see here in a second, I'm going to jog in place and kind of do some jumping jacks and just get the body loose for a couple minutes. And then when it's warmed up, I'll do some more stretching. That's not long and static, but try to keep it a little bit more dynamic. So yeah, just jog in place, shaking out the arms. Slowly getting the heart rate up, of course. So one thing about having kids, you have zero control over what they're going to bring home and if you are going to get it. It was my daughter that got sick first. I felt fine, and then I got it, and then my wife got it, and then lastly my son got it. So we all had a nice stomach bug. Thankfully it was only a 24-hour thing, but anyway, it was enough to put me in bed for a day. Well, and be in the bathroom too. So just kind of do these half jumping jacks. Arms out to the side and then in front. Just try to get the shoulders warmed up a bit. And just kind of work into rotating them forward. And then backward. Already the heart rate's going. Listening to all the snapping and the crackling. And lastly, I go into these kind of mountain climbers just here, like. This kind of gets the legs going too, right? All right, so I've done that. You still see me good? I just start from my head and kind of work my way down. So do a few head rolls. So tilt my head to the right, reaching down with my arms, trying to reach for the floor with my arms. And then I rotate to the other side, and then still reaching down with my fingers towards my kneecaps. So I feel that stretch all along here. Just go back and forth a few times with that. One down in the front, and then I just do some shoulder rolls. Going backwards a few times, 5 or 6 times, then forward. All right, and I kind of get into a bit of a wider stance. And I'm going to work on my my shoulders and my chest now. So a big stretch, reach up as high as I can, and then just stretch out wide, keeping my elbows back as far as I can so I can feel the stretch across my chest. And I just do that a few times. So again, reach up as high as you can, and then as you're bringing it down, you're just keeping your arms, your elbows reaching towards the back of the room or wherever you are. Do another one. Same thing, arms back, reaching towards the back of the room, and you'll feel a nice stretch through your chest and through your shoulders. Okay, another one I like to do is hands over the head, put one arm down the side, and then just kind of lean over and just try to stretch out your lats all through here. I'm going to do some pull-ups today, so they're going to work. And again, I'm not an instructor of any kind, but this is just stuff, like I said, that I picked up through watching different people and doing different workouts, and I found that this kind of works good for me. A few more shoulder rotations. This one here too just kind of gets the tricep and the back of your shoulder. Just kind of reach your arm across your chest, and then with your other hand, just kind of pull it back towards your chest, and you'll feel a nice stretch there. And again, I'm not holding these for a long time. Just kind of doing shorter holds. Okay. I also mentioned someone asked me about warm-ups, and that's pretty much all I do for the upper body. I feel okay right now, but definitely for me, the lower body is what requires the most attention, so I'll show you what I do for that. So basically just get into a wider stance, and I just bend over, and I just kind of shift my weight, you know what I mean? I keep one leg straight. So keep one leg straight. I can feel that through my hamstrings, of course. And I'm just rocking back and forth. I'm not going super deep. Just starting to work on those hamstrings a bit. All right. Now, this is kind of a burpee, but you'll see what I do here in a second. So I'll come down, do a plank. And then I like to do, it's kind of like a yoga move here. But I come down, and then I come up into I think they call this in yoga an upward dog. And I just push back as far as I can. I really feel this in my lower back. It feels great. Just trying to keep my head up high, not scrunch down, my head up high. I take my legs off the floor. If you need to put your legs down on the floor to get more extension, that's fine. So I hold that, and then I just come down, and then go back into a downward dog. And when I'm in downward dog, I'll bend one knee and the other, and when I bend it, I'm just kind of stretching out the calf in my right leg now, and I put that leg down. the left leg down, and I'm stretching out my left leg, left calf, and then just rotate that back and forth 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to come forward here a bit. This is a move I don't do all the time, so bear with me. But I find it good for my hamstrings, and you'll see here in a second. So I get back into a plank, go back into the downward dog, and then I reach one leg up as high as I can, and then I swing it through. I've got both hands on the inside of my leg, and then I'm really feeling that through my groin, and it's a great stretch. Kind of rotate out my leg through a bit, it opens it up, and I kind of rock forward and back, and you can really feel that. Now, a great hamstring stretch from here is you just kind of come up on your heel and try to keep your leg as straight as possible. You keep your fingers on the floor, of course, for balance. Kind of bring your toes back towards yourself, and you'll really feel that through your calves and through your hamstrings. Of course, when I come back down, I just kind of rotate back and forth a few times, doing that. So I bring that leg back, go back into the downward dog, and then do the same thing with the other leg. So reach up as high as you can, swing it through, just feel that nice stretch through your hamstring, in your hip, in your groin. And if you back on this side again, keeping your heel on the ground, trying to bring your toe back towards yourself, and straighten out this left leg as much as you can. Okay, so the last thing, I'll stretch out my quads. And again, I'm not holding them long. Just kind of grab it, pull it up, let it go. Grab it, pull it up, let it go. I'll turn sideways. Reach back, grab it. Just do that a few times back and forth on each leg. We're pretty much ready to rock and roll. So if you're stuck around this far, you're a good supporter of the channel. I appreciate you very much. So that's pretty much my warm-up. I did do a little bit longer than I normally would. But basically that's, if I had all the time in the world, that's what I do. I feel pretty good right now. So yeah, let's jump into the workout. Like I said, we're gonna do a nice casual, just kind of go through the movements here. 5 pull-ups, 10 burpees, 15 squats, all body weight. And we'll just work through that for 10 rounds, and that'll be a good workout. I don't know if anybody, if it matters to anybody, but if you go through all my videos on the channel, I tuck in my shirt and I pull up my socks. And I've had people kind of comment before, like, why do you do that? You look stupid with your socks pulled up. And I'll be honest with you, I started doing it originally because it was something I saw the Iron Wolf do. And I think, like a lot of you out there, the Iron Wolf was a big influence in me starting the channel and starting this type of training. So that's originally why I started doing it. But it's just something that's grown on me over time. And I kind of like the shirt tucked in. It's neat, professional, in my opinion. Nice and tidy. I mean, don't tuck in your shirt, tuck in your shirt. It's all a personal preference, but that's just my thoughts on it. That's why I do it. And you know, you got to do your own thing. You got to do what works for you. Maybe someday I'll be in great enough shape I can take off my shirt, but we're not quite there yet. rotate 10 one pumps. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. All right, 15 squats. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. There's one. I'm going to mix up the grips on the pull-ups, and the same thing with my squats. And I'll talk about that the next time I do the squats, but the first time I did pull-ups, I'll basically rotate between 3 different grips, just to kind of work different parts of the arms and your back. The first time there, you might have just noticed I did pull-ups like this. This time here, I'm going to turn and do a negative grip, so holding it so my thumbs are facing back towards me. And then the third round, I'll do chin-ups. I'll just rotate through those. Same with the squats. I like to put my legs at 3 different kind of widths. So the first set there was just regular width. Next time I'll do a wider stance. And then in the third round, I'll do a narrow stance. And I'll just rotate between those 3 for the 10 rounds. Picture with the burpees. Let's come ahead a bit. There we go. Oh yeah. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. So do the water stance now, like I said. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, chin-ups now. the sweat. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, back to regular standard grip pull-ups. Okay, 10 more bumps. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, one more round. We're halfway there. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 11 minutes. Halfway. Like I said at the beginning, not gonna kill ourselves. Haven't worked out in 2 days. So just kind of, you know, getting the body used to it again. And then hopefully tomorrow or the next day, I'm gonna go hard for those 120 Navy SEALs in 20 minutes. The one pumps feel pretty easy today. It's just, you know, the breathing is a bit hard because I haven't trained in 2 days, but it's nothing that's gonna stop me, of course, but getting a good sweat going, as you can tell. And yeah, it's all good. Pull-ups for me are always the hardest, but doing it in sets of 5 is certainly manageable now. So I don't know if you can see it right there on the wall over there. See, I got my green band. I used that for years and years and years so I could do pull-ups. And if you're someone who struggles with pull-ups, man, get a band. They help tremendously. And yeah, definitely would recommend it. So, all right, 5 more. I'll probably talk less during these last 5 reps, try to bang them out. And we'll talk with you here at the end. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Seven down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Chin-ups. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, last round. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, 15 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, so it's getting to be on a long video, but you know what? This is it, man. This is what it's like for me pretty well every day. You know, you can do a 20-minute workout, but for me, I usually take, you said, 10 or 15 minutes before the workout to warm up. Now a few minutes afterwards just to kind of cool down and chat with you guys. So it takes a bit of time, but I enjoy it. The channel has just gone over 2 years old at the end of October, beginning of November. So I've really enjoyed it so far, and I don't really say it ever, but I appreciate all of you watching and subscribing and leaving comments. I mean, it is quite an exhilarating feeling to post a video on the internet and then have kind people such as yourself not only watch it, but take the time to leave supportive comments or suggestions. There's been a lot of people leaving suggestions about how I can get those 120 Navy SEALs in 20 minutes, and I appreciate that very much. I certainly take everything into consideration. And I'll thank David, is his first name, Vecchi or Vici, begins with a V, his last name. He's the one who asked about the warm-up, so this is for you, my friend. And I think the sneaker question about slipping was from my Canadian friend JP, who's from the province of Quebec, directly next door to where I currently am, actually, in Labrador. But anyway, those two just come to mind recently, so lots of people leave comments, and I appreciate every single one of them. So I look forward to hearing your comments on this video. Let me know what you thought. I might do a little bit of editing, but for the most part, I'll try to keep the warm-up that was at the beginning in, as well as some of my thoughts about how I start my training every day. So yeah, anyway, I mentioned also earlier that you should check out the first video I posted on my channel. I think it was October 29th, 2021. And I'll make it super easy for you.